Hello everyone, Professor Lohit here. Today we are going to see the lecture number 18 on gradients, which is a part of the design of vertical alignment. So when you see the nature of the ground or the topography, maybe it's level at some places, but may not. But some places we may have a slopes of varying magnitude at other locations. So while providing the aligning the highway, it is common practice to follow the general topography or profile of the land, keeping in view the drainage and the other requirement of for each structures. This particularly with the view of minimize the deep cutting and very high embankments. So in that reason, the vertical profile of the road would have a level structures as well as slopes or a grades. In order to have the smooth or vehicle movements on a roads, the changes in the gradient should be smoothened out by the vertical curves. Okay, they shouldn't be not be more undulated. They has to be smoothened in one or other form. The vertical alignment is the elevation or the profile of the central line of the road. The vertical alignment consists of the grade and the vertical curves. The vertical alignment of the highways influences what? It influences the vehicle speed, acceleration, deaccelerations, stopping distance, sight distance, or comfort while traveling at higher speed, and VOC, vehicle operation cost. So today let us see the gradients, the longitudinal gradients or the slopes on a road. The gradient usually expressed in 1 in x, okay, where 1 is a vertical unit and x is a horizontal one. So for this much of the length, 1 meter down or up, okay. The gradient is the rate or a fall. The gradient is a rate of rise or fall along the length of the road with respect to the horizontal. Clear? The gradient sometimes is also expressed in a percentage, that is n percentage something, 5%, 2%. The slope may be being a n vertical units and 100 on a horizontals. Either limit any of one. So 1 in, this is the standard will limiting with the x number of length, either will limiting the this with 100 meters. So if the gradient is 1 in x and the angle of the gradient or slope is alpha, the gradient may also express as tan alpha here. When the slope of that angle is small and tan alpha is approximately equal to the measure of alpha in radians. So practically the range of gradients on roads may be rated as very small. So hence the gradient are very generally represented as n percentage, would mean that this is the value of tangent of the angle made by the gradient with the horizontal. So that is the gradient. N percentage is nothing but as tan alpha. The ascending gradients are expressed as a positive signs and descending gradients as negative. So you can represent that n1, n2, n3 as a ascending gradient, and minus n1, n2 they are the descending gradient. So the angle which measures the change in the direction at the intersections of the two grades, like here it is one a positive gradient and one more is a negative gradient, that angle we call as a deviation angle, n, which is equal to the algebraic difference between two grades. For example, this n is nothing but angle is dbc, this is equal to always bac bca. So in that sense, this n is nothing but equal to plus n1 as a positive and difference of that, in the sense n is nothing but n1 what minus of n2, that is nothing but n1 plus n2. Clear? So let us see the different types of the gradients. So when you see the gradients, they are basically three types: ruling gradient, limiting gradient, exceptional gradient. So the ruling gradient is the maximum gradient within which the designer attempts to design the vertical profile of the road. The gradients up to the ruling gradient are adopted as a normal course in the design of vertical alignment, and accordingly the quantities of cut and fill are decided. Hence, ruling gradient is also known as design gradient. However, the flatter gradient may be preferred wherever practicable. But the selection of the ruling gradient for the purpose of design is a bit a complex job, as the several factors such as terrain, the length of grade, the speed, pulling power of the different types of vehicles, presence of the horizontal curves are to be considered. But in the case of the plain terrain or a flat country, it may be possible to adopt a flat gradient. But on hill roads, it may not be economical or sometimes not even possible to adopt the same gradient, because the larger difference levels to be covered in a very short length of road. So therefore, the different values of ruling gradient are specified in different terrains. So thus, it is not possible to lay down the precise standards ruling gradient applicable for the mixed traffic and for the country as a whole. So IRC recommends that for ruling gradient 1 in 30 when it is on a plain and rolling terrain, 1 in 20 in mountainous terrain, and 1 in 16.7 on a steeper gradient. Whenever a vehicle which travels with a certain speed on a level ground with the same tractive effort put in would lose the speed when it comes out to the grades. The speed steadily decreases with the increase in the length of grade. However, with the maximum pulling power of the vehicle would be able to sustain the same speed even on longer stretch only up to certain gradient. This is when the maximum power developed by the engine is equal to the power required to overcome the whatever the resistance to the motion the grade is given at a certain speed. Therefore, this gradient is the one which should be adopted as a ruling gradient by the designer for this vehicle and the design speed. But the problem is not so simple, as the different vehicles have the different values of hauling power and varies according to the track to resistance. And the commercial vehicles in a particular have a carrying different amount of the loads, as we have the heterogeneous traffic condition in Indian scenarios. Even sometimes the Indian due to the consideration to be given to the pulling for like animal drawn vehicles like bullock cart also. So that sense, the maximum length of the ascending gradient which a loaded truck can operate without undue reduction speed is called critical length of the grade for a design. So the reduction in the speed is about 25 km may be considered as a reasonable limit. Clear? This is all about the ruling gradient. So when you go for the limiting gradient, where the topography or the place of compels with adopting a steeper gradient than the ruling gradient, we call it as a limiting gradient, is used in a way of enormous increase in cost. When you are going to use it for limiting gradient, when the enormous increase in cost of construction roads with a general gradient comes into the picture. However, the length of continuous grade line steeper than the ruling grade should be limited when you are going to adopt for the designs. But on ruling terrain and on a hill roads, it is may frequently necessary to exceed the ruling gradient and adopt the limiting gradient, but care should be taken that suppress stretches of the steep gradient by providing either level road or with the easy gradient. Can't provide the continuous limiting gradient all the time. When you provide the limiting gradient, after some distance again provide the ruling gradient. Okay, This is how you have to adopt for the designs. But where in case of the exceptional gradient, that is the third last one, in some extraordinary situation only it comes like unavoidable conditions to provide the steeper gradient or exceptional gradient. Then the limiting gradient, at least for short stretches, is such cases the steeper gradient up to exceptional may be provided. However, the exceptional gradient should be strictly limited for shorter stretch, like not exceeding more than 100 meter at a stretch. Yeah, that is all about the exceptional gradient. So this is the table you have to remember for different terrain condition: plain and rolling, mountainous terrain and steep terrain up to 3000 meter high above the grade level. These are the different gradient you have to adopt according to the terrain conditions. It is plain and rolling, 1 in 30, 1 in 20 in limiting, 1 in 15 in exceptional. That is okay. If it is mountainous, it is 1 in 20, 1 in 16.7, 1 in 14.3. In case of steep, 1 in 16.7, 1 in 14.3, and 1 in 12.5. That is where the maximum you can provide in any condition of the terrain. Clear? And lastly, the minimum gradient. Usually when the road can be level with a little or no gradient, in such cases there will be a problem of drainage. Though the surface water can be drained off like side drains, providing proper camber on pavement surfaces and the cross slopes on the shoulders. A saltine longitudinal slope is essential to drain out the water along the side drains depend upon the surface and the drainage. So a minimum gradient of 1 in 500 may be sufficient to drain water in a concrete drain or gutter, but if it is the inferior surfaces of drain slope, then you have to adopt 1 in 200, like may be needed where the open drains or soil drains are available. It's bit steeper, 1 in 100 adopted where it's all depend upon the soil. Yeah, basically there are three types of the gradient: rolling, limiting, and exceptional. This is the minimum gradient when you necessary to provide at a level or a minimum gradient. That's it for today's class. Thank you for your patience.